stories have been my favorite way to escape. Fantasy novels, magical adventures, and supernatural mysteries still fill my evenings. Books and colors are my sanctuary, helping me slow down and find inspiration, even during busy student days. I created this channel to share my love for beautiful tales and cozy midnight moments. Here, I blend gentle storytelling and peaceful art, so you can relax, unwind, and let your imagination travel far. So, take a deep breath, settle in, and let me read you a story tonight. Whether you love enchanting worlds or mysterious dreams, I hope my words and voice bring you comfort, relaxation, and a little spark of creativity. Let's begin. Whisper to introductive. Tonight, I'd love to read to you from one of my favorite books, Swann's Way by Marcel Proust. Let's settle in together and let these gentle words carry us into dreams. For a long time, I used to go to bed early. Sometimes, when I had just extinguished my candle, my eyes would close so quickly that I hadn't even time to say, "I'm falling asleep." Half an hour later, my thoughts would wake again, and I'd remember the hour somewhere between day and dream. In those silent moments, my mind wandered. I thought of my childhood, of the comfort of my bedroom, the softness of sheets, the safe embrace of the evening darkness, the warmth of blankets wrapped around me like a gentle cocoon. Old books lined the walls, their pages whispering secrets of distant lands. Outside, the wind moved quietly through the trees, as if singing lullabies to all the sleepy houses. I would listen carefully to the sounds of the night, the soft ticking of the clock, the distant whisper of footsteps on the street below. These ordinary moments became extraordinary in the quiet of my own little world. Frequently, I would reimagine familiar scenes. My mother's gentle voice, saying goodnight, the scent of fading lilacs left in a vase, the comfort of knowing tomorrow would bring more stories and daylight. Every night, sleep crept in slowly, first elusive as a shadow, then gentle and certain, encouraging memories to resurface and dreams to begin. During these transitions, I imagined myself wandering through magical gardens, exploring endless corridors of silent libraries, watching moonlight flicker on warm walls. Let's pause here. Take a gentle breath and imagine yourself in that peaceful room, surrounded by books and quiet comfort. With every slow breath, evening turned to night. Thoughts grew softer, like brushstrokes on canvas, just enough to paint my mind with dreams. Before sleep fully claimed me, I'd recall those secret tales, childhood stories told in whispers, the colors and shadows that filled my imagination, familiar and strange. And then, at last, I would surrender to sleep, drifting on a tide of gentle memories, just as I had for so many years. Now, let's travel together into a beautiful fairy tale, Beauty and the Beast. This gentle story reminds us of the magic that can be found in kindness and courage. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a kind merchant with 3 daughters. The youngest was called Beauty, and she was gentle, thoughtful, and loved by all. Unlike her sisters, who cared for riches and grand dresses, Beauty found joy in simple things, reading stories, tending the garden, dreaming beneath the moonlight. One day, the merchant lost almost everything he owned. The family moved to a little cottage, where Beauty continued to fill their home with warmth and hope. She sang soft songs at night, whispered comfort to her father, and tended wildflowers outside her window. One stormy evening, her father was returning from a long his castle in the woods. Magical roses bloomed outside, and inside the halls glowed with gentle candlelight. A beast lived there, gentle but lonely, hidden in shadow. Let's take a deep breath and continue. The beast made a deal. If Beauty would come to live at the castle, her father could return home unharmed. Brave and loving Beauty accepted, comforting her father with quiet words and gentle smiles. Life in the enchanted castle was full of wonder and melancholy. Beauty wandered through halls of gold and silver, read stories in the library, and watched moonlight dance across the garden. Each evening, the beast would appear for dinner, asking kindly, "Beauty, will you be my friend?" Though she was afraid at first, Beauty grew fond of the beast's gentle heart and thoughtful words. She discovered magic in small acts of kindness, and hope in star-filled nights. One day, far from the castle, Beauty's father fell ill. The beast, with a great sadness, let Beauty go to care for him, promising he would wait and hope for her return. When she hurried back, Beauty found the beast in the garden, weak and longing only to see her once more. Moved by love, Beauty whispered gently, "You are more than what the world sees. I care for you, truly, deeply." The garden glowed, and the beast was transformed back into a prince, a soul redeemed by kindness. For our last story tonight, let me read you a classic by Hans Christian Andersen, The Ugly Duckling. This story is about hope, transformation, and believing in the beauty within yourself. It was a lovely summer morning in the countryside. Under the bright sky, beside a quiet pond, Mother Duck watched over her eggs, waiting for her babies to hatch. One by one, eggs cracked open, and little yellow ducklings blinked at the sunlight. But the biggest egg took longer, and when it finally opened, out came a strange large gray duckling, clumsy and different. The other ducklings whispered and stared, and Mother Duck looked at her new child with surprise, but kept him close. As days passed, the ducklings grew and played. The gray duckling was awkward, his feathers messy, his voice slightly different, and everywhere he went, others teased and turned away. He explored the grassy bank alone, wishing to belong, listening to the wind in the reeds and watching gentle ripples on the water. If you feel sleepy, just close your eyes and let the story drift over you. Autumn arrived, and cold winds swept across the pond. The ugly duckling wandered far from home, living quietly among tall grasses and wild creatures, always searching for acceptance. Winter grew harsh, yet the little duckling endured. Snow covered the pond, and icy winds howled outside his hiding place. Through each challenge, he found comfort in tiny moments, watching flakes drift down, listening to the sounds of nature, dreaming of spring. When spring finally came, the world felt new and beautiful. The duckling wandered near a sparkling lake and saw a flock of graceful white swans gliding by. He yearned to join them. He approached, and as he looked into the shining water, he saw his own reflection. No longer an awkward gray bird, but a beautiful, elegant swan. The other swans greeted him with kindness. For the first time, he felt joy and belonging. With the wings spread wide, the ugly duckling soared across the water, grateful for hope and gentle transformation. Thank you for joining me tonight for these gentle stories. I hope they brought you comfort, relaxation, and a spark of imagination. If you enjoyed this moment together, feel free to subscribe and come back for more midnight readings and cozy and your imagination is a beautiful place to explore. Wishing you a restful night, peaceful sleep, and magical